Hello, my name is Melinda Ferrula. I'm currently an intensive reading teacher at Okehili Middle. Our population there is largely Hispanic, and we have a lot of ESOL students and ELA students, English language learners, and I've seen firsthand the challenges that they are facing, not only in our school community, but also in their community and their home life also. And I just think that as a first year teacher, I wasn't given many tools to be able to assist these students. A lot of the times, like, okay, send them to the ESOL office, kind of giving the responsibility to someone else. And it was up to me to kind of find ways of helping these students when you have a class of a bunch of other students that need your help, especially in intensive reading. A lot of the students are there because they are in need of help. They're not meeting, the criteria. They're not passing their FSAs and their testing with a significant score. So I thought, well, what are ways that we can really assist these ELA students? And as I was doing my research, I came across an idea. One of the ideas was flipping the classroom. So flipping the classroom is when you give the student the information that's going to be presented during that class beforehand. So that way they kind of have time to sit with the material. And I think this would help really any student that's struggling, but specifically our ELA students, because they'll be able to sit, translate, really understand what's going on. I do, of course, want them to learn English. All their test is going to be in English. They need to learn to read and write English. But I also want to make sure that they're understanding the concepts, right? So are they comprehending, what they're reading? Do they know what a simile, a noun, all these other things are? So I just want to make sure that they're not being cheated. So flipping the classroom would give them the opportunity to really sit with that information of what's going to be presented that day and feel like they can contribute to the classroom. I think it's important that we give, especially first year teachers, but honestly, all teachers, a refresher course of how to handle ELA students and give us kind of maybe a manual or some type of documentation showing, these are tools and ways that we can support our students. I've gotten a lot of resources of how to pass them on to somebody else that can support them, but I think it's important that we all know how to support them. So I will be collecting data from the Reading Plus. Reading Plus is conducted weekly. They have to do 3 C readers and 2 vocabulary, and it tracks their progress. It tracks how they're comprehending the reading. It tracks their vocabulary, if they're understanding the actual words, motivation. It has so many wonderful tools that can be used to present the data and show, okay, is this working? So the idea is for the first semester to teach class as we normally do and see how they progress in their Reading Plus, see how their classwork scores are, and also give them a weekly reflection sheet. Within this weekly reflection sheet, it would discuss, what's going on at home, what's going on in their communities at that moment, to really take into account what's happening just outside of the classroom. But also it would ask questions like, did you understand this material? What would have been more helpful? What didn't you understand? What did you understand? And then after those first 9 weeks, that first semester, the following semester cycle, we would do the flip. classroom method and see again, are their scores improving? Are their classroom scores improving? And see if they have a different view or perspective on the reflective sheets of how they felt prepared, how they felt supported. So I just think it's really, really important for us to develop some type of program during the summer or before school starts, even if it's a e-learnings of, hey, these are tools like flipping the classroom, but I think there's so many more tools that I'm not even yet informed about that can be used to really, really support our ELA students in the classroom and not just pass them along to to the ESOL office. We have the relationship with these students. We're speaking to them every day. And if they feel like they're just a number, they're just being passed along, are we really doing our jobs? Are we really giving them an environment, an inviting environment? So I just would love for you to consider this project, this research project. And I thank you for your time.